All praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to apostle elders in New York, GMS. Salutations to you all around the world that's teaching the truth, putting your lives on line for it. Shalom to you, serious Aqua. My name is Maya Kaala Bungad with Chicago branch of Great Millstone. We are not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds scattered abroad. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their father's paternal bloodline go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. We are not fitting with any black identity and string groups. We are not fitting with any French militant groups. We are not fitted with any Islamic groups. We are not fitted with any other Islamic groups. And you know, right here we had this video by Sonnet on his Black News 102 channel, and it's titled let me see, Dr. Reggie. Dr. Reggie break his silence on the Hebrew Israelites and is sick and tired of their foolishness. All right, yeah, man, because there's nothing you could do against this truth, man. You just basically just nothing you could do against it, man. All right. You could try to come with anything you want, man. There's nothing you can do against this truth, man. All right. Yeah, it's in Luke chapter 21 and 15. You know, he say he's sick and tired of it. You know, yeah, he's sick and tired because your lies being exposed, man. All right. Now let's see what the word doctor is. All right. The etymology of doctor. All right. Doctor. All right. Church father. 13. Church father from Old French doctor, directly from medieval Latin doctor, religious teacher, advisor, scholar, and Latin last teacher, agent. Now from doctor, to show, to teach, to cause to know, originally make to appear right. Cause a decree be seemly, fitting from paru, that to take, to accept. All right. That's what a doctor is, man. All right. To make appear right. He said church father, man. Right. You was talking to a church means to call out, man. He's addressing our people. He said, well, to appear, to make right. That's what you doctors do, man. They lie, man. How can I say to make right? All right. It just mean, everything this guy, he's just a liar, man. He gets, he say, well, he's sick and tired. Hey, get this on. Alright. What it says, and it says Isaiah 44:25. It says right here. Thus said Yahweh thy Redeemer, he that formed thee from the womb. I am Yahweh that make all things, that stretch forth the heavens alone, that spread abroad the earth by myself. Verse 25. All right, just got through verse 24. Verse 25, Isaiah 44:25. That frustrateth the tokens of the liars. Make diviners mad, that turn wise men backwards and make their fool knowledge. All right, so tokens mean what? Hebrew. Okay. So it's on awaf. All right. It says the citizen appearance, signal as a flag, beacon, moment, omen, prodigy, evidence, mark, miracle, sign, token. All right. Destruction, banner, remembrance. All right. Token, sign, standard, miracle, proof. Right, man? Because this knowledge, man, through from Yahweh. All right, given to the Son Yahweh Shai give it to us. All right. Okay, he want to unlock he want to unlock the seals of this knowledge, man. And Revelation 5 or Revelation 6. All right. He gave us the knowledge through the elders, great millstone. All right. And this knowledge, this truth is frustrating the hell out of Esau and in the heads of the 2/3 among our people, which is Dr. Reggie and Sonetta. All right. He said he's sick and tired. All right, man. And look at his face, man. He's worn. He's worn the hell out. He's worn out, man. All right. Now let's listen what they about to say.
Brother Reg, man. Powerful presentation, powerful display, breaking down the King James Version. Man, the people might be a little going in, but everybody knows you're a researcher. Everybody knows that. But what I would expect more from you now, being that you see a lot of stuff going on, I would like to see you do something on the Passover that we've been talking about. And you made a good point talking about Nat Turner when you said everybody talking about Nat Turner read the Bible, but his mother and father were African. Good point.
All right. First of all, we're not Africans. We're not African. You look the definition of Ham and the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. This is by scholars. It said Ham, the progenitor of the dark race, is not the Negroes. Even the and I'm not talking about the Israelites in West Africa. I'm talking about the actual Hamites, the real so-called Africans. All right, and they'll tell you that we're not their people. And this guy right here, man, I asked him on Dagger Squad. It was like 2-3 months ago. I think 2 months ago. He was talking about there's like we don't know who our forefathers were. I said, well, who are your forefathers? I don't know. That's exactly what he told me, man. That's exactly what he told me in the live feed, man. He said he don't know who his forefathers, man. So who are you to tell us who we are? You don't even know who you are. Or you might know who you are, you just don't want to admit it. All right.
Powerful point. I don't think they could come with that after saying something like that. Because you know I'm going to use that shit. Go ahead. But more importantly is my
Nat Turner was an Israelite, man. Straight up. All right. He looked in the scripture. He looked and found out. He identified the use his scriptures, man. All right. Because he is a Hebrew Israelite, man. All right. Nat Turner was walking around talking about he an African. And African go back to the word Scipio Africanus, which is named after the Edomite man. So why would you call yourself? You're supposed to be pro so-called black. Why would you call yourself after the Edomite, so-called European? And see, this is what they do, man. Let me get this. Jeremiah chapter 21, verse 1. It said, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastor, said Yahweh. All right. Therefore, thus said Yahweh Israel against the pastors that feed my people. You have scattered my flock and driven away, have not visited them. Behold, I will visit you. The evil you're doing, said Yahweh. Right. And the Most High is going to visit because Jacob Trouble is here, man. And what was the El Tar video about a day or 2 days ago? Somebody made a comment, said they had a dream about Zadok from HOI that he was getting his guts ripped out in the concrete, man. Cause see, Most High, like the elder said, Most High about to visit you, you demons, man, who's leading our people to the slaughter, man. He about to visit you real soon, man. You see, Jay think Yahweh was a joke. Jay think Yahweh was a punk. All right. But you gonna learn soon, man. You gonna fear, just like Elder Gabar said. You gonna fear Yahweh, man, and you gonna dance to his beat. Let me get this right here. What's another scripture? Let's see. Yeah. Zechariah 11:5, who possesses slay them and hold themselves not guilty. That's Esau, all right, because he has in captivity, all right. Another nation, the guys got to, and that seldom say, blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich. And their own shepherds Peter not. Right, own shepherds Peter not, man. This guy, man. This guy Sonetta. All right. What's the other one? Jerome Johanna, man. All right. Captain Tazakiat, Captain Weber. Name, I can't say it now. It's my tongue. But anyway, all right, you know what I'm talking about. All right, but Nathaniel from IUIC, man. Konaf and Sharshan from Fopi. Isaiah, what is it? That slow guy name. Anyway, Isaiah Yehuda, man. Okay. How you reprobates, man? All right. You're not teaching about the mark of the beast. You're not warning people about the mark of the beast. Was the microchip? You're not doing anything, man. And then on Sonetta a month or 2 months ago, he said, yeah, he'll take the chip. Because he won't be down the latest technology, man. He said it. And then you got this guy right here. He want to build a black city. Well, we're not black anyway. Our skin is brown. You see right here, his hoodie is black, and his skin is like, I don't know what the hell he call it. He just light skin, all right, light brown color. In order to exist in that black city, you gotta take the chip and go along with the common. Esau ain't gonna let you sit there and have your own colony within his kingdom.
Family's married to the Nat Turner family, right? Right, and so you have to look at it as
what? Just because your family married to a Nat Turner family, I mean you know any damn thing. You sure the hell don't know that he was a Israelite. Or you do know, just in denial.
Groups of people fighting for a common goal. So it's not just Christianity that's leading. That led that. It was the whole spirit of African people within that territory trying to survive. So it's only from a crazy Bible-centric person.
See, that's what they do. Crazy, but then they put that Christianity in it. That term with no Christian, man. He's Israelite. You got labels as crazy, man. Well, if we're crazy, how come everything coming true? How come these prophecies being fulfilled, man? That we've been teaching for like since 1969. And the writings of the prophets, thousand years ago. How come they coming true? But we all crazy. Is the chip crazy? That's the chip is prophesied in Revelation chapter 13. Slavery prophesied Deuteronomy 28. But we crazy. And America finished. Ain't gonna be no black city, man. Well, you know, I'll take that back. Yeah, it's gonna be a black city, death city. America gonna be destroyed by thermal destruction. Gonna be smoky black.
The whole context of Nat Turner. It was a revolution. He happens to be a minister. He did preach from the Bible, but other people were preaching from other things. The fact of the matter is they was fighting a revolution. Right. A rebellion, yeah. What do you think about the Passover? And the thought of these Hebrew Israelites saying things like the Passover is a celebration of the death of African men, women, and children. What do you get from that? What do you think about that when you hear that? Yeah, I think it's a narrow focus on history from people who are not historians. There's a Passover for leaving Egypt, but they left Egypt and they found themselves in the Promised Land, and ultimately they found themselves destroyed by the Syrians and the Babylonians. Do they have a Passover for the destruction of their lands, of their lands from the Syrians and Babylonians? No, it's a cultural story of making themselves a chosen people, but the when they supposedly left Egypt.
And see, this was the problem with Jake, man. Jake got a problem being the chosen people. And the Passover, the celebration was it's just a day we observe to acknowledge that Yahweh deliver us from the Egyptians. The hell with those Africans, man. Those Hamites. They don't care about you. What about the Canaanites? The hell with the Canaanites and Egyptians, man. They not our people, man. He killed babies. God killed babies. So what? Those babies grew up and oppress our people, man. Since y'all advocate for babies and stuff, how come y'all ain't crying about the cute babies? You know. How come you didn't get on the so-called black woman, the Judite woman killing the babies at the abortion clinics? You ain't making no videos about that. And no babies from your own nation, Israel, who you deny.
All they went into was Little Egypt because at that time, Kemet controlled those lands.
You ain't control nothing, man. All right. All right. When our people in there, that wasn't their land. All right, that was governed by the Canaanites when we was free from the bondage of Egypt.
So it didn't happen like that. And then it's the issue of who are the Canaanites and the Hebrew, right? It didn't happen like that. There's no history to back that up except for that book. And where they get that book from?
Except for that book. And then another thing they do, they got they like to have a theory the Canaanites are the Israelites. But where's the evidence that a group of Canaanites conspired to make themselves to a different people? What are the names and what date did it happen?
It's ultimately the King James version that that's how we get it as a people. I don't care if you call yourselves a traditional Hebrew, right? The Christian movement in this country came first before the Hebrew movement in this country. And so you learned it through the slave trade, and then maybe you changed to Hebrew. But you didn't come here as a Hebrew. You came here as a victim of the transatlantic slave trade.
Liar. All right. Our people was dealing with the scriptures before they came here. And when they got here, they were brainwashed with plantation Christianity. This guy a liar, man. All right. Let's get to the rest of this stuff, man. All right. All right, this is the book To Hell or Barbados, man. All right, by Sean O'Callaghan. All right. Let me see. It says right here, page 166. It says to come right out of America. In the beginning, it was a land of the hunted and unfree for almost 200 years. The land was inhabited largely by a population of black, red, and white bondsmen. All right, no such thing as black. Nobody's black like Taurus. No, the only red people is Esau, and they trying to put that on the Native American. Right, so you had the Judite, so-called Negro. You had the so-called Native American. All right, was Esau falsely deemed as red? Okay. And the white bondsmen, all right, those were none but Speckled bird is like Israelites look like other nations because their forefathers had popped Edomite women. Okay, and that's all it was. All right, I'm trying to just hold on for a minute. Okay. All right. All right. Now let's go to another page in here. All right. It says right here, page 45, it says the decision for the wholesale clearance of the land was made by Cromwell and the Council of State on 2nd July 1653 and confirmed by the Act of Parliament on the 26th September. It was by far the most draconian plan ever devised for the complete ethnic cleansing of Ireland. The richest province of Munster, Leinster, Ulster were set aside to be planted by English settlers, while the poorest and the most infertile province continent was to be reserved for the Irish who were forced to transplant there. All right. And though Irish slaves that was coming over here, what they not gonna tell you, a lot of them was melanated people. All right, it was the slave alongside with they speckled bird brethren who look like other nations because they're took the original Irish and also their original Scottish. Their forefathers were dark skinned men who paternal bloodline go back to the nation of Israel, and particularly majority the southern kingdom. You had a little northern kingdom, Mondo. All right. And particularly Judah, southern kingdom, man. And that's what's they not gonna tell you in this history, man. And that's what Dr.Reggie saw. Now they not gonna tell you that. All right. It says right here, here they were and that's what they do, man. That King James Bible. And they do that, man, because they know Jake is been brainwashed to think that they've been slapped upside the head and given the Bible, man, when they already knew the Bible when they came over here. All right, and I'm gonna go over those three groups. So yeah, all right. It said here they were branded with initial, talking about the three groups of people. All right, the so-called Negro, Gadite, and those what they say is white slave. Those actually Jakes, man, and a lot of them was dark skinned. All right, Negro more. All right. It says on here they were branded with initials of the ships that would take them to the Barbados or Virginia. They were attached together with ropes around their necks and long march to the seaports in the South of Ireland. All right, this is page 79. Seaport South of Ireland began. Their meager food was barely enough to sustain life. Those who fell by wayside, weak from hunger or disease, and were left where they fell. All right, because you got a lot of made jokes talking about where the Irish slave. You was the original Irish, you dummies, man. All right, our people foolish, man. Like it said, Jeremiah 4:22, man. All right, those were your forefathers. All right, you left at the demise your own forefathers, man. All right, that's what's wrong with Jake. Jake don't do no research, man. All right, it says right here, it says when they arrived at the seaports of Waterford Court, Dungarvan Passage, Yugo, Kinsale, Bantry, they were flung into filthy gulls to await the arrival of slave ships from Bristol, London. Often the ship will be delayed and the prisoners where they are transferred to host away board. There was a special demand for young women marriageable, not past breeding, who were eagerly sought after by sugar planters who, quote, Henry Cromwell, had only Negroes and Maroons to solicit them. The Maroons called Spanish criminal wild men, descended slaves who fled to the mountains. The man catcher was paid £4 or £4.10 by the ship captain for every young woman or child. There's a reference to a number of children involved in the note. The Public Records Office held in Kew Gardens. Sir John Clotworthy was given a license by the Board of Trade to transfer 1,000 children to Virginia. The historian Dr. Thomas Addis Abbott, in his book, Ireland Under English Rule or Plea for Plato, published in New York in 1903, stated that over 100,000 young children who were orphans or had been taken from their Catholic parents. All right. were sent abroad in slavery in West Indies, Virginia, New England, and that they might thus lose their faith and all knowledge of their nationality. For in most instances, even their names were changed. This seemed to be an exaggeration, but the trade in children with young children would trade in children and young women for his right, man. Because you get the young children, you could raise them up, brainwash how you want to be, get all nice, healthy, and strong. And working the women, you could reproduce fast, man. All right, it don't take that many generations to make the kids back then. They wait till they 13, 14, man. That's really not a long time. So 13, you had another generation. Then after that, you have another generation out of that. Right? So you got three generations, man. All right. All right, you make a quick profit that way, man. All right. Okay. All right, and these were people of color. And then you go right here, it says they're Catholic parents, which show our people had knowledge of the scriptures, man. And that's a key word, Catholics, because though Catholic was actually Jacobites. And Jacobite means one who descend from Jacob. Basically, said another way of saying you're an Israelite. He talking about that King James Bible. What? You know. All right. Now I'm gonna get this about King James forefathers. All right. Now, where that picture at? This is the book the Negro Question Part 6 on page 11. All right. Not this one. That's not what I want. Where that picture at? Yeah. All right. Page 6. All right. It said Robert Bruce, King of Scots, Highlander, 1274, 1329, skull location, Hunter Museum, Dunfermline Line Abbey, 5th, Scotland. And where Scots go back to Scotos mean dark, man. It says seal location, the decoration or broth, Wikipedia. This is a skull image of Robert, the Bruce, Barawasa, the bruiser. The name Bruce in Paleo Hebrew means bruiser. So Robert's real name was Robert the Bruiser, all right? It says, this is what he said. I'm looking to that anyway. But the point is that this man was a man of color, right? It said the reason that I am using Robert the Bruce skull is because the wide nostril passage proves that he was indeed a black man. We talking about black man, dark brown man. Nobody black like these fonts. All right. It says Robert the Bruce was a black Scottish king. He was the ancestor of King James VI of Scotland, the king that translated Big Mama's Bible. Robert Bruce, all right, that's what Dr.Reggie complaining about, the King James Bible. Robert Bruce was also a Highlander. His skull and his black image matched a verbal map given to us by Professor Boyd Dawkins. The purpose of producing the ancestor of the kings to show you that he came from a black seed, man. He came from the Israelite seed, a colored seed, man. All right, he wasn't no Edomite man, so-called white man. You see his skull right there. All right, you see the image. Okay. All right. Let's go back. All right, where is that? All right, page 8. King Matthew Stewart, Earl of Lennox, 1516, 1571, grandfather of King James. You could clearly see he's a Negro. Clear see it, man. All right, it said painter John Thane, Westminster Abbey Museum, UK. It took me forever to locate this image of King James' grandfather, Matthew Stewart. Matthew, that's his like name. It said the Highlander, but I was able to find one of the originals. The point I'm trying to make is that the original image of Stewart royalty is consistent with the remarks made by Professor Boyd Dawkins. All right. He said it was hard to find him. Yeah, this would do. He saw ass stuff, man. All right. There you go right here. King James' father. It said King Henry Stewart, 1545, 1567. The father of King James VI of Scotland. Artifact location, Westminster Abbey Museum, UK. National portraits in Increa, Scotia. This king was known as Lord Henry Stewart, who happened to be the father of King James VI of Scotland and the first in England. When you get to chapter 7 of this book, The Ship's Manifest, you will see that The deported Jacobites were described as brown-skinned, swarthy, dark-skinned, or nut brown. Okay. All right. Like I said, those Jacobites, talking about the Israelites. You go right here, page 11. It says what King James Stewart of Scotland. All right. And there go his wife, Anna. Okay. You look, you clearly see King James, the so-called Negro. You see his wife, man. You see that coarse hair, man. All right, it says, from the reign of Robert of Bruce I to the death of King James VI Scotland, 351 years had elapsed, and the Stuart Scottish kings austere black eye went backwards in time, 1190 AD, to prove you that the original Scots handlers were black people, all right, dark-skinned people, all right. I entered the image of King James' wife, Anne of Denmark, so that you could see her blackness and her nappy hair, all right. Okay. So, there you go, man. All right, so all this lie talking about King James was black, and it was a civil war, man. It was civil between Jakes. You had the Coons and you had the Jakes that wanted to be right, man. All right. Now they may have been in the original Catholic Church. Those were Jakes. Doctrine messed up, man. But that was part of the curses, man. That was being fulfilled, man. All right. That you groping and grope in darkness, man. All right, but they still knew they was Israelites. It's the same thing. Like you had Jake who converted to Islam, but they knew they was Israelites. All right. Let me see what else. Let me see right here. All right, so it was a civil war. All right. Where that's at? Let me move this over here for a moment. All right. Let's see what I'm looking for. Yeah, it says, during the reign of the black German King George the First, 1714-27, the Jacobite rebelled in England. All right, this was a nickname. This was a nickname to 15 because it took place in 1715. The Jacobite converters, black Jews, meaning dark brown Jews, were trying to wrest the crown from the black German kings Hanover and to place the black Stuarts back on the throne of England, but this was not to be. Jacobites were imprisoned, executed, or sent into the colonies on convict ships. I want to remind you that the free blacks, the free black Scots that found Americas came during the reigns of King James I of England, Charles I of England, Charles II of England, James II of England. The free black Scots came to America in waves. Virginia, 1607, Georgia, 1732, Hampshire, 1629, Maryland, 1632, Connecticut, 1662, Delaware, 1701, Maine, 1622, New England, 1620, Plymouth, 1629, New Jersey, 1664, Carolina, 1663, Pennsylvania, 1681, Rhode Island, 1663. The second Jacobite rebellion took place in the year 1745, called the 45, under King George II, who was a very evil king. Right? Yeah, he's just being a damn demon, man. It's a King George, black German king of England, was the first king of England to legalize the enslavement of men. All right, so you have our own people, man. All right, and you better believe that Esau had his hand in this cookie jar, man. All right, was the first king of England to legalize enslavement of men when the state of Georgia was given. Just like though you had Jake in West Africa enslaving other Israelites and sell them to Esau, man. All right, and they go back to the curses, Deuteronomy 28 and 54. All right, it says Deuteronomy 20:54 said that the man is tender among you and very delicate. His eyes shall be evil towards his brother and towards his wife's bosom, toward the remnant of his children, where he shall leave. All right, this is the curses, man. All right, and this is part of the curses. Okay. And then later on, what Esau took over, man. All right. It says, let's see. I want you. It says right here. Let me see right here. All right, so under King George II, who's a very evil king, King George, the black German king of England, was the first king of England to legalize enslaved up men. When the state of Georgia was given its first charter, slavery was illegal, but in 1751, King George II legalized slavery. I want you to get this. There was no such thing as slavery in the British colonies because it was illegal. I have greater witness to this. Come and see. All right, this is page 115, man. All right, so it just like in today's time, man. You got Jake, that some damn drug dealers, man. Then you got Jakes who hate them, who's the terror of the community, man, who don't want those drugs in their community. And Jake, who's a drug dealer, they work for Esau. Okay. All right. Let me see. Let me get this foreign history. All right, so this is image of King Charles II of Scotland. All right, you ever heard of saying like fall like son, where exactly what occurred here, lightning struck twice and got the same. The time it was learned that King Charles II was attempting to convert to Catholicism, making a secret deal with the French. The King Charles forced to advocate strongly in favor of his nephew James II of England. All right, yeah, because King James, they want nothing to do with Catholicism, man. All right. All right, so that's what King James, they want our people to Catholicism, but it was that Civil War, man. Civil War. All right, we follow religion. All right, then you had some reprobates. You had Esau in it, man. All right. Okay. Then you it was also they was messing with our people in there that was still into paganism, right? They was in the living in the forest and stuff, man. All right, what they deem as gypsies. All right. Let me see what else. All right, let me see. Yeah, this is page 110. King James VI of England wrote the Doran Basilica for his infant son here in year 1599. The young Prince Henry died. King James gave the book to Prince Charles I. The book Doran Basilica was written for the benefit of his son, King Charles I, his son's son, to his seed generation away. It said in this book, King James I admonished his sons not to participate in anything that is Catholic, Papist, not to pray with the Papist, not believe with the Papist, but his sons did and did not take heed. In the process, the time King Charles I married a Catholic and brought about civil war in England. King Charles I lost his head, he was beheaded, and thousands of black Brits, Irish, Scots, Welsh, talking about the Welsh, were deported into America as indentured servants. It is very important that I continue to stress that there was already a group of free blacks and Scots in America. These free black Scots, there was in America with the seed original black founding fathers. Okay, you see the image of Charles I, Jacob Stuart King, all right? And that's what Dr.Reggie and Son are not telling you, right? That you had some free colored people of melanated people's skin who were Israelites, Jacobites, all right, who deemed themselves Israelites, and they knew about the scriptures. They knew about the Bible, where they free or where they was enslaved. They knew about it, man. All right, and that's why these children, they rushing to brainwash these children to get rid of, make them forget, man. Okay. It says right here, let's see, over 100,000 young children who were orphans who had been taken from their Catholic parents were sent abroad in slavery in the West Indies, Virginia, New England, that they might thus lose their faith and all the knowledge of their nationality. Was their nationality Israel? You see what they call themselves Jacobites for. In most instances, even their names were changed. All right, this is all by design, man. Why you think Jake go down the block and say, let me get a fan. Fan means 5 in Irish. Dub means 20 in Irish language, man. Because you are the original Irish Scottish and the English. All right. And that part, that's what they not gonna tell you, man. All right, tell the truth, man. All right, you go right here, go look picture. King of Scott Alexander II, 1198 A.D. Clearly see he is a melanated man, so-called black man. All right, he's an Israelite. The color of these Scottish stewards page said the color of these Scottish steward kings are consistent with the roadmap given by Professor Boyd Dawkins. The Scottish king living in Highland, Scotland, their image are black, meaning dark brown, right? So they are untapped art to support the right Professor Dawkins has proven himself to be a reliable scholar, right? You can see it right here, man. All right, all these lies have to stop, man. Stop lying. Okay. And this is from the book The Negro Question Part 4. It says right here, title America as a Land Opportunity, author Benjamin Franklin, 1751. It says right here, subject, why increase the sons of Africa and America? He talking about, hey, Jake, man. All Africa is tawny black. Asia shiftly tawny black. Right, because you had some some of those Ammonite Moabite, they were dark skinned. Also, you had Jason Mundell, man. Those Negrito slaves that came from the Philippines over here to Mexico and Louisiana. All right, those were dark skinned, man. We went to Negrito means what? Little Negro. It says American exclusive of the newcomers, wholly so. In Europe, the Spanish, French, Italian, Russian, Swedish, Algerian will be called swarthy, black complexion. So are the Germans, right? You can see right here the nations, right? All right. And y'all, Roz, I'm gonna look into this Creole thing, man. I found out Creole don't mean mix. All right, but that's just another video. Okay. Let me see. Right here. All right, this page 111. You see Winch, the Black Irish Jamaica by Joseph J. Williams. It says right here, so I have proof that the story I'll tell you is not a lie. See the book written by Jasper Priest, Joseph J. Williams. Below the book is titled Hence the Black Irish Jamaica. And the book tells you how the Black Irish, 100,000 Black Irish children arrive here. You see the image, all right? It said, these Black Irish were sent to Caribbean and Oliver Cromwell during the Indian Civil War, 1641, and I will provide you further proof, all right? Okay, so you say, okay. It's page 112. It said an image and blown it up so you get a real good look at these Black Irish children, right? So the descendants of the original Irish that came into Jamaica. And in Jamaica, they'll tell you they descend from the, some will tell you they know they descend from the original Irish. It's those that didn't know, all right? It said let play the game 1+, and those specker bird Irishmen the little like so-called white people, they blended in with Jake, man. The Caribbeans here in the Americas, man. All right. It said, let play the game 1+1 = 2. If 100,000 Black Irish children deported into Jamaica and the Caribbean, then there had been at least 100,000 Black Irishmen and 1,000 Black Irish women in Ireland. This means that there was at least 200,000 Black Irish adults in Ireland dead or alive. All right, the ethnic cleansing. I had always said that the elite had another set of books they were reading from over the years. The research had proven, right? All right, what you think, McDowell, you McDowell, and you coming to America, McDowell. They was telling you, McDowell, they was spoofing McDowell, but at the same time they was telling you who the original Scottish was, man. All right, McDowell, Dow means dark skinned, man. All right, means dark man. All right. All right, so let's go to let me see. All right, so I read that already. Let me see. It was something else I had want to show you. All right. Let me see. Yeah, it says the words when the Black Irish make you see the book, right? You'll see the Jake, all right? It said the words on the picture of black man say typical black Irish in Jamaica. All right. It said those who fail to transplant a cell to Connaclear Island within 6 months shall be guilty of high treason. You will be sent to America some other part beyond the sea. It says when the whites invaded Britain in 499 AD, they pushed the blacks into Britain, Scotland, and Ireland. Cromwell did the same thing. Connaught and Clares is in Ireland, which is west. The same black Irish was shipped into Jamaica, Barbados, West Indies, the American colonies. If you want a clear understanding of deportation of black Irish, you need to purchase the Negro Question Part 4, The Missing Link. The book shows you two groups going into captivity. One group called Europe, right? So, okay. All right, so what did I say? It was something else I wanted to show you. All right. Let me see. All right. Now, let me look up some of these names. All right. I just want to show you some of these names. All right. Cause all you gotta do is look them up. And this is part 1. All right. So I'm gonna deal with the Southern Kingdom coming from Africa and Gad. What was their customs? All right. Let me see. McDonald, son of Donald. You see Donald, man. All right. Let's see, Donald. Cause someone Donald means something else on Donald. Alright, let me see. Might rule. Donald. I probably got confused with Douglas. Alright, but anyway, let me see. Mick. Surname, Douglas. Douglas. Alright, let's see what that means. Alright. Robert the First, man. Well, right, Douglas. Black string. I don't mean black string. It means black, man. Dark. Alright. You see, they're already lying. Alright. Let's see, oh yeah, here surnames, meaning history. All right. All right. It says myths surround the original Douglas name. Leaving the Douglas come from the Gallic dub, meaning dark or black, and glass, meaning stream, and will probably be first place name. These such places with a name in Scotland. All right. So you got it right there, man. James the Good was known as the Good or the Black. Okay. All right. Black Douglas are Douglas on the soft. Red Douglas on the all right. All right. So it means dark, man. All right. Douglas. All right. You got another. Let me see. What's another one? Let's see how much time I have. All right. What's this? Mick. Blackie. Let's see. Let's see what they say on here. Oh, that's Lamont. I'm looking for Blackie. All right. Let's see. Oh, it's Lamont. Okay. I thought I said. Let me get it. Blackie. Let's see what it says. Wikipedia. Say nothing. Blackie. Just bear with me. Right. Blackie. Met Blackie. Yep, Met Blackie. This is from Forebears. All right, it's like Forebears. Met Blackie recorded in Dufftown, 17th century. A partial rendering of the Gallic McClass said dub. So the son of the black lad. Son of the black lad. All right. So what the lad means? Let's get the definition of lad. All right. Let's see, lad. Son of the black lad. Definition of lad. Okay. Lad, a boy, a young man. Okay. Come in, lad. Shut the door. All right. So Blackie says, son of the black lad. All right. Ain't no Edomite so-called white people gonna call themselves this. Alexander McBlackie had a remission for being absent away from the army of Solway 5027. All right. So just let you know who these people are, man. All right. That's the Scottish. All right. What's another surname they got in there? All right. Let's see. Let's see. Surname. Let's see. Surname. Brown. All right. This right here, 7th century English Broom Brown, Old Norse person named Bruni. It's an English and surname, chiefly description of a person with brown hair, complexion, or clothing. Yeah. English, Scottish, all right. Nickname for the color, hair, or complexion. All right. Oh yeah, also yeah, some Scots in their last name is Brown. Okay. Yeah, right here, the surname Brown is mean original thought from English, Middle Brun, derived from Old English, Old French Brun, later meaning brown is a color descriptive surname. Refer to the color in visual complexion, the color of their hair, or even the color of the garments they wear most often, right? Well, we know they talking about their skin. Okay. Let's see, Irish surnames. Let's see how much time I got. 53. Okay. Brown. Variants of the name Brown. This is from Irish names, surnames.com. Variants of the name Brown include Brownie, Bruin, Bronson, Broom. This is a nickname meaning dark reddish complexion. This name, which is was like Rudy, all right, Rudy. It said this name is of Anglo-Norman descent, spread into Celtic countries or Ireland, Scotland, Wales in early times, found many medieval manuscripts throughout the countries. Okay. All right, so you're right here. You can make that all right. All right. So let's look up some more. Let's see. Don McDaniel. All right. Donahue. Let's see what that means. Donahue, what it means. Duffy, descendant Donahue. Senator Donna. Donnie means something. Alright. Sometimes you gotta look up these words, 'cause I could have sworn it a long time I looked up Donnie means dark, but anyway. Let's see what McDowell. I know McDowell looked up a long time ago, 'cause I had it. Alright. Oh, Nana. Oh, man. Come on. Nah, it's not gonna work. Alright. Let's see. Down there. Duffy. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, Slock. Let's see if I'll get this internet work. Alright. Oh, man. Let's see, Dyer. Let's see what that is. Let's see, Manuel Dyer. I'd probably go into my research, get some of these names and stuff. Alright, let me see. Dyer. Go on my notes, found some of my notes, give you some of these names, right? Let me see, Donna, Denny. Let's see, B. Let's look up the names in B. Alright. Oh, come on, man. Oh, boy. Oh, what's going on with my internet? Well, I'll stop here.